Yeah, got portfolio there not so quick. I said
okay.
story.
So we'll do a quick one on that one and let's.
Why you shared your opinion?
I introduced it.
But well, for me, I think yes, the mayor Nasem a very sensitive. One year, you may not understand where it's coming from, but unfortunately for him also, I also believe say because he doesn't fully understand what the creative art industry is about. His mindset is only tilted towards a certain direction. So because of that, he's not ready to expand. Because when the whole conversation of setting up a creative art school in the second cycle came up, I was looking at expansion. But he is looking at change. It is just like they adding the STEM system to the second cycle. Because from the elementary, even into the first cycle, there is basic design and technology, which goes into the STEM system. You understand? So first nanka ebia obeko second cycle education. We know said there are so many things that you may not be interested in. Anka yema a certain direction. And can one and through the STEM system continue into engineering or tertiary, and it will make the thing smooth for you. But unfortunately, sometimes even from the elementary into the JHS, the first cycle into the second cycle, so, you are swayed into other corners until you get to tertiary before you settle. Sometimes you don't even get to tertiary, but out of the second cycle, you seem to find your way. And there are so many examples of them. See, there are so many people, Kameka said they belong to the creative art industry, but most of them, in terms of educational background, have backgrounds in different sectors. From agric to wine. There are people who are studying whatever, even in the tertiary education, and what they are doing currently in the creative art industry, and yet directly opposite like that. You see, so my point is that the mayor should not see the creative art industry as a minority. That is the first one. Because if you should check the number of people who are in the creative art industry, omukita certificate that do not belong to the creative art industry. And also saying omo akonafti. And also saying omo akoye dondology and any other like school of performing arts.
But you are making the point or making it in that sense.
Yes.
Also, like I say, most of the people in the creative art, in fact, I don't cry on my percentage. I say about 80%. Omu need training, exactly. But they are the one doing it.
You see,
and then why should we put up an institution just to train creative
That is the more important reason why that institution needs to be established. Because from primary school, now they've introduced creative arts. Our primary. Primary, the current primary in Kofono primary, they have introduced creative art. So tell me, say, baby, I was starting creative art from elementary, or bedroom first cycle. Why isn't there a continuation? But the person would have to divert into a different sector, come back into the second cycle, probably divert into, because he was mentioning literature and other stuff, even in the general art. And I can tell you, say, all these things are still directed to a certain direction in the creative art industry.
But don't you think that's what the Akufo-Addo and his people, Akufo-Addo and the MPP government, let me say it that way. That's how they were thinking.
You see, for me,
what will really change if we have the school and they will still teach the literature thing and they will do the writing instead of
at the end of the day, I am looking at the second cycle of education, not only about general arts, but as a sub of what you learn from the School of Performing Arts. As a sub from what you learn from the NAFTI. So just as ABA science and agric, our second cycle, will introduce you into medicine, will introduce you into agriculture proper when you enter into the tertiary cycle. I am looking at the creative art school serving as an introductory stage into the School of Performing Arts.
Okay.
Because on that score, if you are able to get the basics in the side general arts, we can push it even into the first cycle.
Okay.
We can push it into the first cycle. Then no introduction, like a bedrock for to say time na social studies. Any that can
Government,
be the yes, it can be the base of it. But when you enter into the second cycle, we know, say whatever you do in the tertiary, majority of the influence starts from the second cycle.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that is where I believe that the person needs some strong introduction into whatever they want to do. Into on that score, no, say we'll do second cycle, and now people have the luxury or the option of going for the STEM schools, which is the science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Into CCR, they will not probably go into the normal secondary cycle and go and they step their head with probably things they may not need, or maybe even on their minor side.
Well, from what they are teaching us there, I can tell you, say Vivian said dances and
meaning say Vivian said, but say me was STEM school. Now me ye engineering. Me ye engineering.
Yeah.
And it is the direction I want to take.
Yeah.
Now me co secondary, me co tertiary. I can continue from there.
Sure.
And I can tell you it will be a smooth ride. It is the same way now that you've introduced your friend say creative at our primary school. There is a break even from the first cycle, which is JHS. No? Now there's another break from the secondary cycle, which is SHS. And the person would now have to go and discover in the tertiary. Unfortunately, the person goes through first cycle, second cycle. Okodu tertiary nebia. Oshana second cycle no chale agrek na de ne bekwa. Wa ya agrek na ko si tertiary. Owi afi ansana. Or be racket. And at the end of the day, it is one of the reasons why we have so many people who have certificates in our space, who got masters in this, masters in that. But the practice has always been informal.
Yes.
Practice, no?
Yeah.
Omo go school for training, no, mu busy on raw talents. At the end of the day, that is what we are doing.
Yeah, most
and I also want to challenge the mayor to tell him, say, the fact that yenye bi we baby ano empa nche yentumi nye.
Okay.
We are always reactive dodo. De bia ye twen so bi be hyase wo baby. Ansa na yeso ya be.
Oh yeah, but when you are making an argument or when you want to introduce something, the best way to convince people is to give
examples
in law, what they call authority, and or point it to something that somebody has done. Then there's no need for you to even argue.
It is good, but my point is, for how long?
You can invent.
Exactly.
I mean, you can also be the first.
Because the ones that we are learning today are things that people started when
Oh, for sure.
And no more practice here, maybe I bet we are. I feel crying a year, baby, or moment do nothing a year credit in Namasia.
Yes.
You understand?
So we can also start for them.
Of course.
Yeah, for
we can start just as see STEM schools, no, and yet popular like the normal secondary schools.
Yes.
But at least the introduction of it, we know say it will grow. If you don't start,
not change anything.
No, but Chemo, if you don't start,
the idea is good anyway.
If you don't start, and there's no way you can improve.
No, this was my take. I mean, the idea is nice, but I still doubt the politician will do the right thing in terms of implementation.
Do you know why?
And may Kumasi Mayor on the side.
Do you know?
I doubt the implementation.
Do you know why? Do you know why they would even be reluctant? The response portfolio give was even offside.
Yes. And no, my can
because say what catch them. Say if you are telling him because you invest in the economy, unfortunately for you, Nipano Ohun as minority one. Whatever you think you are doing, they don't even understand too. Portfolio, you are talking about you being an MC. Yes, every weekend you book you for sure. You are very busy. The number of people that feed even when you move. See, I can tell you, say him as a politician. Not long ago, Baba Jama, and he are calling it from Nigeria. If the politicians should tell you the amount of money they spend every week when they are in office, To you, you are talking about people being employed. To them, they are seeing feeding people.
Yes.
Direct feeding. So if you want to compare, it will be difficult. And at the end of the day, don't also argue based on assumptions.
The man was not even saying that creative art is not important. He wasn't saying that. His point was that the school that they are trying to establish is what he disagrees with. It's not about whether it is good to do creative art or not. No, it was about the school that these NPP people were trying to establish. To him, it is not good. We don't need it.
Inti wo koye
That was
argument.
Argument. Now koye
Argument. Now be chere say o jacket plug and now we hwan. Na politician or the neck or the na de jane na.
Na no portfolio no or creative art school be.
Exactly. That is even the more reason why he will tell you say you don't need it. You can be who you are in any way.
Exactly.
But the person in medicine cannot practice medicine if they don't establish a school for them.
Not at all.
The person in other sector cannot practice if they don't get the education. You
are
are
certain
okay.
areas that if you don't go through the training that they want you to go through,
You can't.
You dare not go.
Exactly.
There.
But unfortunately,
I think portfolio had something to say because it's important.
Yes.
But he missed the point that the man was trying
and
to
the
make.
man who used to, I believe he also used certain examples that were minor. His argument, his element of argument was very low. If you ask me, because if you want to challenge the politician even into the contribution you make into the economy, Charlie, he is looking at the gold industry, the minerals industry. Tell me if you can beat the minerals industry. Who put the offer for no phone? The creative arts industry. Say the talent too.
Oh yeah.
That kid has a talent.
I'm buying a creative arts. Creative arts are hands down.
Because Jebo Atopa
it's an act.
It's an art. And you'll be at the TV to the
artist.
Yes, and about for be the one.
Anyway.